Hey everybody, Sandy here, aka Montolio. We are back for round 5 of the Vintage Challenge. We're playing Dredge today, Pitch Dredge. Our opponent, their last MTG Goldfish result was Grixis Breach, Tinker Breach deck. So we could have a tough go here, but we unfortunately did not win the die roll either. But first things first, let's go and find a Bazaar. Did not find one there. That's a nice looking hand. The only thing that's a little bit discouraging about this hand is that we don't have a blue card for Force of Will, but that said, we are going to see what we can find on our, hopefully, untap step. We just got to hope our opponent doesn't go off on us here. I would actually trade a Bazaar away for a blue card here for Force of Will. Them's the breaks. You can't have it all. Okay, Sapphire. Even a trap would have been good here. I mean, our opponent knows what we're on. Little disappointed to see the second Mox there, but it is what it is. They do have a main deck Pithing Needle as well, so we could be in some trouble here. Let's see what we can find. I guess Hull Breacher is a thing here, but we cannot play around that. We thankfully found a Dredger. So we just have to fade the Hull. So they do have it here. Geez, that's really unfortunate for us. That is going to boost up their guy, their Saga tokens moving forward. But there's not much we can do about it. It just is what it is. We are off Force of Will here. Just have to hope we don't get punished. And we're going to get one real good turn to Bazaar. So the problem here for us is that next turn, we're really quite incentivized to churn in our upkeep to be able to use that Icarid. The problem is that we were going to have to discard the Bazaar in our hand. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to raw dredge the Shambling Shell, hope to hit Stinkweed Imp or Golgari Grave Troll would be our best hit, and then we can hopefully go nuts. That's with the two Bazaars. That is our hope here, and just overwhelm their Sagas. Like we are going to get needled next turn, so we're going to need a bit of help here. I am not going to do this. Just need a bit of help here. We need a Dredger. I will take any type of Dredger. We did hit. I think we attack first. Well, I guess they can, like, this thing will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just kills our hollow one, so there's not a lot of point. Like, let's just get busy getting there. We have to hope we can keep hitting off these dredgers. We're really looking to hit other dredgers so we can continue to go off. We're going to need all the help we can get here. Because next turn we're going to be Pithing Needled. Okay, we did pretty good there. These chills are great. And let's get our second one in there and see what we can do, guys. We did hit 2 Icarids so far. Just unfortunate they had the Hull Breacher in their opener there. I think we would have been a lot better off had they not been able to get those treasure tokens, but it is what it is. We're not dead this game yet. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Every creature, every bridge, every Cabal therapy we hit are all very welcome here. Yep, happy to get the amalgam. I wish we had more amalgams, but so we have 1, 2 bridges, right? I'm only seeing 2, 1, 2. So that does produce some equity. We have 1 therapy, 2 therapy. So we can take a peek at my opponent's hand here. We can get some blockers for these Saga tokens. I mean, unless my opponent has like Vault Key naturally in their hand here, we should be able to survive at least another turn. So let's take a peek. I think I'm going to name Time Vault here as the card that I'm most interested in getting. It's possible they have Flusterstorm here to be able to stop this, but we can only attack from so many angles here. I'm not liking my position. Oh, Mental Misstep. Wow. Okay. I value my bridges here, so I'm not going to attack with the hollow one. Of course, by doing so, it dies anyways. So let's see what we can get here. I think Time Vault is the card that scares me the most. Are they just Flusterstorming? Yeah, they are. Protecting their information. And this is perfectly reasonable. We're just past turn here. Next turn, we're very likely going to be able to win the game. We've got double Icarid coming in. We've got 8 damage on the table, and we're going to be able to get through our entire deck with Creeping Chills. Like, how many Creeping Chills do we have left? I think we have 2 left. Let's see what we can do, guys. Okay, I'm glad to see my opponent making a construct here. Now, if they get the needle, it's obvious that... Oh, of course, I was thinking that was during their turn. Let's see what they're doing here. They are making another construct. Okay. Their guys are pretty big here. Are we going to be able to use our Bazaars next turn? Or are they going to needle us out? A Time Twister would be really bad for us. Let's see. My opponent has 3 cards in their hand here. The tell will be what my opponent does with this Saga. My hope is that they're going to get a Pithing Needle to prevent them from comboing. We have established our presence on the table here. So we can work around it. Like I get, Narcomoeba's next turn, or 2 Icarids next turn. We can attack in, we can get bridges back from them, and should be able to close them out from there. If we hit Creeping Chills by just dredging, that changes the math for sure. Interestingly, my opponent got a Sensei's top and left me alone. What does that mean? I mean, I'm going. I would like to kill my opponent right now. One amalgam. How many chills do I actually have left? Let's meticulously look here. And an exile. We've only used one creeping chill. One is on the bottom of my library, I know that. But if I go in with everything here, I don't think I need to. My fear here is something like an Ancestral Recall on myself to kill me. I have a Cabal Therapy. Maybe I'll mess with their stuff. Like, yeah, I think if we do this correct, we have a good chance here. All right, let's get rid of a couple griefs. And I don't think we necessarily have the luxury to wait here. Like if I've only used one Creeping Chill, like I'm going to be able to mill my entire deck here. All right, so this is going to be 5 as my draw. 5 puts me down to 8 cards. The question is, do they have an Ancestral Recall? Because they can cast Recall on me right now. So let's just see how we do here. Get rid of Grief. And let's just attack in. I mean, I do think I dredge here. Let's see what we hit. Okay, double chill. That's a big game changer. Well, I mean, let's get busy. Let's get busy here. It's a lot of damage. Yep. All right. I think we got really lucky in that particular game. I did not feel like we were going to win it. But we're going to take that win for sure. We do have some tools against this deck. Now, I feel like Force of Vigor is just a must. Okay. I guess my big question is how much do I want Leyline to stop the Breach combo? And probably not. I mean, I feel like Wastelands are pretty good against them. Like, maybe I can get away with 3 Force of Vigors here. Like, I feel like Chalice is probably decent against them from stopping them comboing. Bridge from Below could be good. I don't feel like Mind Break Trap is probably all right. The truth is I just can't keep all of these griefs and things like that, but maybe try something like this. Like, is Chalice even doing what I want it to do here? I think so. I think it's worth it because if I find a Chalice, it single-handedly can save me from what they're doing. So this is a pretty decent hand. If they have a Leyline of the Void, it's awkward, but we have significant hand disruption, we have a Hollow One, and we have a Bazaar. Where this becomes a problem is if my opponent has a Needle, but we can't play around that. So they do have Leyline, and this is pretty good for us. Let's just hope that they can't Needle us, and we're probably going to be all right. Well, I shouldn't say that for sure, but we have a hand that having the Hollow One is really important here, and having a Grief to disrupt them is significant. Like if they're on Soul Guide Lantern or something like that, it's a redraw for them at the expense of 2 mana to do so, to cast and to sack it. No, Tabernacle could get us. But if we're allowed to Bazaar, then we can find our way through that. Hopefully, anyways. Okay. Is my opponent just heaping on the back of double Leyline? Now, they might have a Tabernacle here, but let's take a peek at what we're dealing with here before we execute the hollow ones. Interesting. Okay, that's a bit of a scary hand. What do we want to get rid of here? Right, because we can actually prized amalgam this thing again and take another piece of their hand away. Like if I take their Mox Jet and their Black Lotus away, it's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, I'm definitely taking Black Lotus. The problem is if I grief, I can't double. I guess if I get rid of the Bazaar. Let's see what I find here. Get rid of this. We get rid of this. We get rid of the Bazaar. Double hollow one. The Mystical Tutor makes me a little bit nervous. Let's go again here. Let's make a decision as to what we want to get rid of. So a Saga can potentially set up a Time Vault kill. It's going to take me 3 turns to kill them. If they miss on land, I'm going to get them for sure. If they get a land, Mystical Tutor could be problematic if it taps for blue, because that will give them an Ancestral and a potential out. But I really like taking their Mox away here. I'm going to be maybe a little bit greedy here and do this, and we just have to hope. Okay, it looks like they didn't find a land. I see no reason to Bazaar in the upkeep. Let's get in. Okay, we have a chance here, guys. All right. I'm going to spin, see what we can find. There's no reason to play the hollow one, right? I don't think so. All right, guys, there you have it. We are 4-1. We definitely have a winning in, and our breakers, hopefully they're pretty good, and even if we do lose, we can still breaker into top 8, but obviously we want to win our last match. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Feel free to leave any comments, and we're going to see you next round.